My layoff is inevitable, but our CFO insists everyone is fine. I've worked for a tech startup, that is now a small company, for a decade, and I never thought I would leave. Great pay, wonderful team, challenging work, etc. The last year has been difficult, and no matter how the CEO, also the founder, pivots, nothing has worked to get us back on track. He used to be extremely transparent and available, especially for the long-term employees. But in the last 3 months, he has barely been seen around the office, showing up only for board meetings. His number two says the founder is busy fundraising and constantly reassures that we are fine and that no one is being cut from the team anytime soon. There's a handful of employees who are accepting this at face value, but the majority of us are job hunting. I'm torn because I care deeply about everyone here, and I want to give our founder the benefit of the doubt, but I need to protect myself from the inevitable. My question is whether anyone else working in a startup has experienced this pattern of behavior by the leadership in the months leading up to the end, i.e., restructure, bankruptcy, CEO ousted, etc.
Yeah, when you're an executive at a VC backed startup, you come to realize that there is always a rapidly approaching deadline for funding. Always. Company doing great and hiring like crazy? Cool. Need funding. Exec worries aren't that much different than they are when you're in whatever phase you guys are in currently. From their perspective, it's business as usual. I've been there.
When executives are not present like before, that is a big red flag. My suggestion is for you to update your resume and start looking. While you have no immediate threat at the moment, it can happen quickly, and when it does, it is best to be prepared. Also, don't trust any company. They will say anything to keep employees there while they know the ship is sinking.
The company needs all of you to stay until they decide it's time to go. I was at one of these startups. In the months leading to bankruptcy, everyone started questioning during all hands why senior leaders were leaving, and the CEO wasn't showing up as often. In order to reassure us, they gave us new Office 365 licenses. We were using open source bullshit before that. Threw a big party and hired a middle manager to show that they were hiring and not firing. A month later, 90% of the company was let go, including the middle manager who was just hired. Nobody gives an F about you. Leave.
Tangentially related, but maybe helpful to you, so I will share. I've had 2 investments in tech startups go belly up this year. In both cases, towards the end, the CEOs started to exhibit erratic behavior different from their norm, as you have already seen in your CEO. In at least one case, had the CEO come to me immediately, I probably could have resolved his problems and saved the company, but instead he put up walls and took fewer and fewer conversations with different folks. The other CEO was probably always headed to bankruptcy, but it accelerated faster than I think anyone ever thought it would. The alternative I propose to you is, what is the downside to job hunting? You have literally no expectation that you must accept a job offer should you get one. But there is no reason not to try, and this job market is particularly tough, so the more you can do now to take actions, revise resume, activate your network, and practice interviewing, the better, because it will take more time than you think most likely. Hope that helps.